All right, guys. So this is a request that I get often by clients is to improve the email deliverability. And this process here works pretty much with any email service. So done it with Gmail, with Rackspace, with uh, the email service that comes through Namecheap. You get it. So very simple process. It allows me to package this as an add-on. So sometimes, when I've set up their website, they also need domain name, DNS support adjustments. One of the things that I do, and even if they don't ask me, is I'll test it on my own and let them know how it's doing. If it's a very low score, I'll let them know, you guys need to fix this. And go ahead and have somebody do it, or I'd be more than happy to do it. It allows me to charge them anywhere from an hour, sometimes to 2 hours, depends on the how easy it is to access all of their service, their information, get access to their DNS, to their email client, and stuff like that, right? So everything that's involved, right? But in this case, it's very, very simple. I'm using Cloudways. I'm using Rackspace email service to Cloudways, which is pretty cool. I like it for domains that don't send a lot of have a whole lot of email use, or are using yeah, don't have a whole lot of email use. Um, is what I use. It costs about $1 per email address. And again, I can upsell that I could charge a client, $5 or whatever. It depends on what package you put together for them, right? So this is a process that I go through to test their email deliverability. So the first thing I do after I've set up their email service, in this case in Rackspace, I'll go to let me start this over again. So what I'll do is I'll go to um, emailtester.com. They automatically generate an email address for you to use for testing. And then you go ahead and copy that and you send a message to it, right? So compose, send it to that email address. You want to make sure that you have a valid subject, right? So don't use anything spammy. Use something that you would use to an everyday, messaging. This isn't a marketing email, right, per se, but it's, let's say you're pretend you're messaging a client, right? So I would do something like uh, website updates, right? And then say hi. Um, I've completed the requested task. Uh, right. So something simple, right? So it seems like a legit. Don't worry about all the signature and all that. Yeah, especially for this for this type of email. If it were like a marketing email, yes. If you're using something like active campaign and all that, where it needs to unsubscribe and all that, yes, I will go through the process of formatting and checking all of that as well. But in this case, we're testing the email service that they're going to be using day in and day out to send generic messages. Okay, and then go ahead and send that. Right. Now we go over to mailtester.com and then check our score. All right. So this is pretty bad. 5 out of 10, not bad. Some inboxes might still refuse you. If they have five, even six, maybe even seven and below, they can their deliverability is going to be spotty. So I would bring it up to them, especially anything below, like a four, below five, let's say. I would definitely bring that up and try to, recommend that they work on this. All right. So once we have that, then we just go down the list and tells us what to improve, right? So we don't have to fix everything. If we can get it up to like nine, 8, 9, that's good. That's good enough. I mean, a lot of this is going to depend on the email message itself on being formatted. So, like for example, there's something you can do about this HTML, including the message. It's their emails. Um, 0.001, I'm not going to worry about that. The SPF record. Okay, this is almost a one point. So let's see if we can fix this. So it says FPF sender does not match the SPF record. Okay, and it tells you to see below. So let's see below, and let's go down the list. This is a big one. So this is the SPF that they're referring to, and it tells you what they detected, right? So right now, it detected that this is what it detected as being set up, and this is what it is recommended. So we'll go ahead and go to our DNS management. In this case, I use, all right, as I was saying, I use Cloudflare. It just makes it very, very easy to manage all your DNS records. Very, very reliable. Also adds a layer of protection, and it does a few other things. I can get into details on it in a different video, but for now, we're just using it to fix our manage our DNS information. Okay, so let's go and edit our SPF record, and we want to add exactly what it provided, right? So if we go back, it said that we had this, and now we need to add this, right? So let's go ahead and save that. All right. Let's check our test results now. Perfect. Okay. In most cases, an 8 is good enough. Your email is almost perfect, good stuff. All right, but let's see if we can get it up to at least a 9. Let's see what else I in here. Okay, DKIM. So this one's a little bit trickier. You're probably going to have to, depends on, sorry. It's a little bit trickier to find this information. In my case, I went on with Cloudways, and they provided the information. Just asked them, I need my DKIM information for my domain, and they quickly provided me the information. It took maybe about 3 minutes for them to give me that information. Okay, so then we go back to our records, and we're going to set up a new record here, and then for the text. We are going to set that up as let me see, what is that? We'll find that. So we're going to do, this is what they provided, right? I'm not gonna show you all of it, but let me see here. I'm gonna move this off. All right, so here you have the changes. What I like to do is after I've made all the changes that are recommended in the mail tester, I like to give it an hour or so for the changes to propagate, right? So all the changes in Cloudflare, they tend to be instant, but sometimes, for example, the host or the email service provider isn't as fast, right? So they need to propagate their changes. So what I'm going to do is I will stop now and come back in about I'd say an hour, 2 hours max. You can check sooner, but I like to just give myself extra time, so I'm not going back and forth. All right. All right. So I've given it some time to propagate, and now let's see what our results are. So we'll go back to mailtester.com, grab I'm sorry, that was the wrong step. All right. So grab the new email address and send ourselves a message, or send mailtester.com a message. Um, All right. Send. Go here now, and now check your score. All right, so we have to make some changes here. Let's see if that fixes this. So it currently says that we need to change it from this to this. Okay, so sometimes that happens once you let it propagate, it detects something else, and then all you got to do is go in there and change it. So I'm gonna pause the video and then we'll go from there. All right, so now I've logged into my Cloudflare account and I need to edit the SPF record from what they detected to now what they are recommending, right? So this is what they're recommending. And then save that. Right. And let's try our luck, see if it updates. If not, then we'll just give it a little time to come back. Let's check that. Okay, 9.2. Perfect. Well, perfect. You can send. Okay, and that's what we are hoping to get, right? 8, 9, anything above a 9 is perfect. Let me see if there's any low-hanging fruit here that I would actually spend time trying to fix. I think you're good. I think you're good. This is good enough.